first item. Quickly door and so. First. And the roll call for the minutes we voted on. Evan Patching from the Selectboard. Ktourangeau. I think what would be best for continuing is to just to each board delegate a couple of people to get it prepared.
Split the cost.
Split the cost in the end. Yeah, so if you guys want to scope it. For that, if rerouting, it makes the most sense, cost effective and future wise, I'm all for that too.
So my huge concern is that I'd like to see it temporarily fixed. We're about to have phase one study, brownfield study at our shop. And if we have a gaping gap, hole waiting for engineers and stuff to look at it, and spoil sitting on site, that's gonna ruin our chances. So as of right now, if they could get in there and at least repair the culvert in place, what's bad at that section for now, fill it back in when the water does recede, because it's supposed to rain for the next 3 days. Then we can scope down through, have an off come with their track load, because our scope isn't on for one.
Also, it's a push game, you know, just, you need to track them.
Yeah.
Tom,
VLCT is sending an engineer supposedly this week to look at it. But is there a compromise of like a steel plate or a temporary fix that would make cover up severe need, but also allow it not to be repaired in 2 days?
Well, I just know our big advantage right now, like, right now, we're under state of emergency with the state of Vermont. So we have rules that play into that. I sent them to you guys all in the chat, I believe you Duncan got them. And I don't have them on me, I can't quite read them. But right now, we can make any repairs necessary without permits or engineers or anything according to that. Is that correct, Eric?
If it was flood related, which, and that's one thing I would suggest the town do is I file this as damage from the flood, it's an absolute was.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't quite possibly not in great shape, I'm sure. But it took massive scarring velocity with basically, you know, cannonballs coming flying down that pipe, beating it up. It was that, you know, steep mountain stream was sending, you know, stream walks right down the pipe, beating the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's gonna happen, the town's gonna do that, and we have to put the insurance claim in.
Right, so.
Mr. Chairman, I would defer to the village chair for temporary fix to get us by. Again,
Well,
I was just asking this, have you guys, could you see this hole? How big is it? This big?
It's running.
So it's that big, so do we have a coupler large enough to cover that up without cutting and putting it new?
We don't think up we're large enough for it, and it's, by the looks, pretty brittle. Best thing that we could do is cut a piece of plastic culvert, kind of put it around it, filtration fabric.
Well, I don't want it to undermine the crop.
Well, it already has.
Right, but any further,
Yeah,
but like I said, it's just. The village has been 2+ years trying to get this started, their brownfield study. Steph can verify that. So that my concern was is that if we leave this pit open and we. Don't fix it, wait for engineers and stuff, and they come and do this brownfield study, which they've been supposed to be coming fairly soon.
Yeah.
That gonna hamper us, because there's a big hole in the middle of the brownfield.
So, we have call out to Stephen LaRosa from Weston and Sampson, Eric, who was able to.
You call those name?
So I would defer to him on like what you can do for, you know, emergency repairs with related to. The brownfield assessment, I'd also say that, you know, what you're describing about the stones coming down, the brook off the hill. If you don't already have, you know, not just pictures of the damage to the garage, but pictures of the scour of the stream before it gets covered with mud or anything else, take those. We had a similar situation with a bridge in another community where a lot of rocks got moved. And FEMA said the reason this failed is because all these rocks are in the bridge because you didn't maintain it. They didn't believe that a river could move rocks that size because they're used to coastal erosion, not our mountain streams. So you want to show as much as you can that that stream was scoured. I know I just did not address the brownfields question, but I wanted to make sure I got that out there because I saw this cost the town almost $1 million. And I don't think you have dollars. So, in terms of the brownfields, I follow Stephen's advice on that in terms of what you can do, how fast you can move. And just keep him in the loop when the VLCT engineer comes, you know, have them communicate on that. I think that, you know, generally there's reasonableness on the life safety, but I don't want to overstate what you can and can't do before Stephen's had a chance to evaluate that. I don't know, Eric, did he have?
He basically said as far as the brownfields are concerned, we need to get a repairs done, we can do it.
Okay, so if he's,
You know. Take, you know, storage panels on site. Maybe hay bale around them to keep them from, you know, draining off. And if you wanna put them, if you wanna be able to use them as film, you have to test it.
okay, so I will follow that. Do we need to do that? Or not, then you fill the tank and make the area as safe as you can.
So as large as the hole is right now, the pipe's exposed, how much spoils we've taken out of there? Most of dirt's gone, it's pavement covering the top of it.
Yeah,
Right.
we'd be, yeah,
It's pretty deep, it would have to be,
The village has already dug there before anyway.
should be cleaned
Yeah.
out.
I mean, if you're doing
We
emergency,
did the water line. Back when we did the one.
a temporary repair, I wouldn't have spoils because the hole's there.
Yeah.
If you're doing a reroute, you know, you're digging out a channel, and then of course, the pipe you're putting in takes oil.
Right, but we're not on the.
There'd be spoils in that topic. So I was talking about, I was talking to him about either route.
Yeah. So as I say, this meeting started in the right direction and they got shut off. I wanna hear from the foreman. They're on site, they've done this freaking work before. I wanna hear their evaluation of what they think can and can't be done. And then from there, we can make an informed decision on what's moving forward.
I agree.
What do you think, Jason?
pipe rotted. It's not from the brook getting too much stuff. There is no scouring, I took pictures of everything, it takes the water, the pipe's just rotted.
Just do as you see fit and get it done. We don't need to muddy the waters here and study this to death.
No, I'm just, we can dig down, we talked about it, and patch it temporarily to make things happen, but
I don't know when.
Can you do, so you can do a temporary patch, can you fix it? I mean, obviously, we're on the garage.
I say we can't fix that part of it.
No, but from origin to where it goes on the garage, that's something that if it's all freaking rotten, can you guys take care of that?
Our plan, I mean,
I
they
don't
talked,
think we got a big enough hole.
you know, we talked about,
They have wrench stuff over.
yeah, we'd have to rent or bring our rented boat down. We'd have to involve Tetros with their hammer, if we did reroute it. Cap the other end of the pipe. Have a pump truck come and fill the culvert with concrete, so it doesn't do any damage of
Right,
when it caves in the rest of the way. And then reroute it to the other culvert that's in the parking lot that I showed Tom and me and Nate talked about, and when it's in the parking lot, if that culvert out there. We obviously won't know 100% until the culvert's there running into it, if it'll handle both runoff areas, but. If it doesn't, the worst case is running across the paved parking lot and down where it goes out anyway. If it did, you know, then we could change out to a bigger culvert and it's in the parking.
so sounds like you're capable of doing everything except for working on the garage, we have a solution to that, correct?
Yeah, and we'd have to have contract come in like Tetros or somebody with a hammer
Yeah,
to knock the ledge out a little bit, cause me and Nate talked, we're both in agreement that we should put a culvert in. From where the culvert beginning is now, the inlet, down to the power pole that feeds our shop with power, this way they don't lose any turnaround.
sounds like you guys are capable of working together. You guys don't have any animosity towards each other or anything like that, right?
Oh, yeah,
I haven't put him in a ditch yet.
No, yeah, but that's good, you know.
I don't believe this board should micromanage. I think those two needs to take care of it the way they see fit and fix it.
It sounds like you get approval from the state. We got a plan of action, you have alternate solutions, if something doesn't work out, these guys are capable of doing it. Let's do it.
Does the board want to make a motion to delegate?
Sure.
I think they already.
They've got it
Have that
pretty well
We
under
just need
control.
spending authority. I
Yeah,
guess.
just
Yeah.
That's
do
what
as they
we-
see for.
And I don't think we should be sitting here trying to come up with a plan on how to fix it.
No.
Those guys
People that do it all the
should
time.
fix it and figure out how to do it, and if they need to scope it, I'm certainly okay with that.
So are you concerned about them doing it? I'm concerned about it screwing up our brownfield study phase one that starts shortly after 2.5 years. So if you're gonna talk about digging down through the road and now across the parking lot. Seth, that's gonna throw a kink in everything.
That. So, we, you know, Stephen LaRosa from Weston Sampson hasn't looked at that. That would be, you know, that would be disturbance of the site. The village and town are already considered the responsible party. Let me follow up with Stephen first thing tomorrow. I'm probably even gonna just call him after this, so he calls me first thing in the morning, and we don't slow these guys from fixing it down too much. Just to confirm whether that would be, you know, be an issue. My gut is if you do the stockpiling like Eric said, because you're already the responsible party, there's more flexibility to do things like the emergency repairs. But I wanna confirm that with the engineer, I don't wanna leave you guys wrong and have it come back to Mike, but I'll call him right now, ask him to call it like first thing in the morning. But let you know what he says, cause I don't want to slow this down as a life safety issue for the, you know, you guys.
Yeah.
But that's.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I mean? I know what you mean.
We can-
I'm just saying that. Well, we spent thousands of dollars right now to
Yeah,
get our brownfield study going.
he did.
And if they dig that up and that screws us out, then we're in the thousands of dollars doing a culvert and wasted thousands of dollars for 2.5 years. So my only concern would be, can you temporarily fix that pipe for now? I don't think it's gonna make any difference if we can temporarily fix it until the brownfield study is, or he can confirm that it's not gonna affect our study.
If this goes away, it's gonna be another fucking study to do this, we do it now.
It was like,
can I make a suggestion? That we clear them to do the full reroute fix. If the LaRosa confirms that it won't affect our ESA.
Well, that's where I was going with my conversation.
Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
I have something that's gonna make everybody happy, because this is how it would have to happen for our schedule anyway. I think we should do a temporary fix, a plastic culvert, something simple, we can bust out this week or beginning of next week. Get it filled back in, put some cold patch on it. Make your study go. I can't commit our team until after the grant work's done, it's already lined up. And he's got stuff going on, so I'd like to do it in our slower time, which is after, September. Anyway, if we had to reroute it,
And you think it's not gonna be a problem of it expanding in that time?
if we patch that one spot, I mean,
ESA should be done by then, right?
should ideally,
Yeah,
Could you get it scoped right away?
but we'll ask Steve
it's
anyway.
an off the schedule,
Yeah.
maybe. Could be a week,
Be nice to know the extent of the garage.
we could get that patch put on it, get it backfilled, then we could have it scoped anytime, really, and, this way we know what the condition is, but this way it doesn't impact the study. We don't really have the time to reroute and get all the contractors lined up, if Petro or whoever to come. They may be busy right now. So,
Now give you time.
yeah. So late
So
September.
the village is on board with this whole thing, you two can just take care of it on your. So that's the way I.
Within a day or two, you would be able to have a pretty convincing answer either direction.
That should.
So it doesn't sound like they're gonna fix it any time before that, but I believe. Would somebody like a motion to authorize?
So the patch would be week or two?
Well, depending on the rain that's
Right.
coming in the next 3 days,
Right.
it depends on how much we should be disturbing. But
Monday I was gonna take a water leak, that's all I got going on, other meters.
say Friday's supposed to be sunny, but
Okay, and the other question I got, or the other comment I got is that I did walk over there tonight, taking a look at it. Wouldn't be so concerned if it wasn't so close in proximity to where children play. Those cones are great to keep them from driving into it, but you need to fucking cover that up, or that no bigger than small. I don't give a shit if you plywood, just something, I mean. It's so close to where children play in the small fields and stuff like that, I'd like to see at least. The access to it covered off, so no one get a fire call, would pull the kid out of that fucking hole.
What are the board's wishes?
Do as they see fit,
Do we need to motion it, or we got consensus, or we're
I
good?
think consensus is fine.
I guess we're at consensus,
BJ?
everybody's happy,
Yeah, I'm good with it.
and well. Does the town wanna take the lead and go for reimbursement, or do we want invoices down the road split? I'm fine with whatever.
Split's fine, if we can get reimbursement, that's fine, but
Are you guys
we're
comfortable?
working,
with that?
work together on this.
Pay the invoices, they work together.
I
Split it in the end.
think you said you are gonna submit it as a DR for the fee.
Yeah,
Even if we get rejected, I think.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I mean,
And we did check with insurance.
yeah, I put it in through VLCT as flood damage. And that's why they're sending out an engineer to determine what it is, so I was gonna wait like that, but I can put it in tomorrow and just see what happens.
All right,
And if we're unable to get reimbursed, we're splitting the costs.
yeah,
Yeah, it said.
yeah. that's-
So everything's clear as mud, right?
Even if we're able to get reimbursed, we'll.
we're waiting a couple days to get
Yes.
Greg, before we do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, do you want me to pass that through Eric and Tom? Direct this?
Yeah, fine, yeah, we'll get.
Perfect.
You do something barricade.
Yeah, just, I mean, like, the size of it, I think a sheet of plywood need to cover it for now, until it gets bigger, but for now, just keep it getting the lines.
No,
You guys.
All right.
have a Tuesday area?
Outside, right, we're all good?
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
can we just? Okay. Alright, meeting adjourned, we're good.
We got it.
Special.
When are we gonna have it?
Hello.
Tomorrow. We're really doing stuff talking about. On the 12th.